Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and else great millstone for teaching us his truth, peace, and blessings to the whole collective Israel. And Shalom. Yahweh is the name of the Hemphonish Hebrew. By Hashem means name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back in our lesson, as seen in the title, hold your tongue, it could save your life. And recently came across a video right here, which kind of prompted me to want to dive into this lesson. So this story taught me to think before I speak. Now I was trying to find other videos to add on to the lesson, dealing with Jake running their mouths and getting themselves caught up in stupid situations, and also even putting their lives at risk, especially also dealing with this so-called black woman. You already know the mouth that they have on them, and all the things that they be saying, putting themselves in certain situations and just running their mouth, which could lead them to getting killed, getting hurt, whatever the case may be. Just speaking in general, man. But I do want to get this video right here, just to get the example out the way, and get these few scripts that came to mind, and we'll add on to that, or for that point later on in this lesson. So those be edifying, quick and to the point, let's jump into it.
Mouth shut is fucking underrated. There's a father and a son, and the son has a bad attitude with his mother. So every time the son yells at the mother, the father makes the son go out and nail a nail into the fence. So every day the kid's out there nailing nails into the fence. He says, all right, now every day that you go by that you don't have an attitude with your mother or say something nasty, you can go pull a nail out of the fence. And one day the kid's standing there with the fence full of holes but no nails, and he feels victorious. He's like, I've been so good. And the father goes, the holes are still there. You can never fill in the holes. You can never take back what you said. Keeping your mouth.
And that's why scripts go into how we're to have control over our emotions, our spirit, as scripts go into. That's why it also touches on and goes into a man that has no control over his spirit is like a city without walls. You're pretty much defenseless. Anything can walk in and out. Anybody can get a reaction out of you. But like I said, I got a few scriptures. Dive into it. And this is Proverbs 21 and 23, not in any particular order, but now it says, whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Like I said, I was trying to find a few videos where you have Jake just yapping, man, talking up a storm and speaking trash to another person, whatever the case may be. That could get them in deep trouble, could turn the situation a whole lot worse, especially in the times that we are in. As scripture going to Matthew 24 and 12, the love of many is waxing cold. People are killing each other over the littlest things. I remember seeing there was an article, someone killed somebody because they took the last shrimp, in a restaurant. I forgot the exact, the context of that article, but I believe it was something around that, But let's read it one more time, Proverbs 21:23, and I said, whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keep this soul from troubles. As I mentioned, the so-called black woman, you see the mouth that they have on them, all the trash they be speaking, especially in these certain situations, something possibly could happen from all that yapping. It would be wiser to keep your mouth shut. Even within these relationships, you have the woman, trying to speak on the man's behalf, and now that man is gonna have to defend you. Putting his life at risk, and ultimately both of y'all's. When you could have kept your mouth shut, Now he may end up getting shot, whatever the case may be, stabbed, even killed. And you see this in many situations. Now you're starting to see videos pop up where the woman, is yapping, to let's say to another man, and she ends up getting smacked, beat up. These are the things that we are seeing, man, and that are actually taking place. I'm trying to throw out a few examples. I was trying to find a few videos just to showcase a few examples, but Lauren, I'm pushing the point across, and you're getting that image in your mind. Proverbs 16:32, because 32. But going back to that point, I was saying, you are actually seeing these things. Many articles coming out of killings, shootings, stabbings taking place. All because someone wanted to, speak trash or, say something out of line. Now you have to deal with that person's wrath and deal with the consequences of your actions. And this also could be applied in many other situations, especially dealing with Esau, Edom. The scripture going to agree with thine adversary quickly. Agree with him who had the power to kill. As scripture going to, we're in captivity, man. We're to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And you have Jake out here just trying to act tough, man. And guess what? You may meet the wrong person one day, man. Proverbs 16:32. Now it said, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. This is other scripture I was trying to recall earlier. Now it said, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. Having control over your emotions, as you saw in that video. He put out all those nails, but the holes were still there. And so why we're once again keep our emotions in check. Because you have many of our people that react purely off emotion, especially dealing with a woman. As they're the weaker vessel, more prone to giving into emotion, anger, and all that. But it's mainly speaking in general, because you having no control over your emotions may lead you into a dangerous place. May get you in trouble, may get you killed. Especially as dealing in certain situations, you reacting purely off of anger, once again may get you in trouble, and you may also regret your actions later on. This is why it says right here, he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh, every more time, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. So once again, going to show the power of controlling your emotions, your spirit, man. As in Proverbs 25:28. Another point I was bringing up earlier. It says, he that had no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. You're defenseless. Anything can walk in and out. Especially dealing with these spirits, man. Anything can tick you off. And what's in reacting purely off of emotion is a terrible thing. Of course, when you're not perfect, you're not able to just, completely turn it off. But we're to at least try, Because once in reacting purely off emotion can lead you into a terrible situation. You may regret your actions later on. And you also may have to deal with the consequences of your actions. Whatever you have done. Reacting purely off of anger, whatever the case may be. It's just not a wise thing to do. It is Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. Now it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath. There you go. But yeah, many of our people that want to, back talk or try to say something sly or slick, now you have to deal with whatever, the consequences may be, with that person, with however they may react, Now it says, but grievous words stir up anger. Like I mentioned earlier, especially dealing with the so-called black women, all the things that they be saying, man. Because they'll say some nasty things, And guess what? That may lead you up to getting killed. That's why the title of the lesson is, hold your tongue, it could save your life. Now, at least these last three scriptures, like I said, it's not going to be a super long lesson, just something that was on my spirit I was wanting to dive into these past couple days. But now it says Proverbs 17:22. Now it says, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. You especially have Jake want to, dive into every situation, not minding their own business. And you wonder why you're getting caught up in this situation or, getting caught in the crossfire. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. And he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. So able to mind our own business and hold your tongue, man. Be wise in the situation that you are in. The Lord has given us this knowledge and understanding for a reason, so why not apply it? Scripture going to, I believe, Ecclesiastes, I think we're in the 5th chapter, but going to how this book was written for our fortime, for our understanding, our learning. There's Matthew 24:12, I was kind of, bringing up earlier. You have Jake, or just ultimately, people in general, man, just killing over the littlest thing, man. You may say something that may trigger that person in the wrong way. You could get up, end up getting in trouble, yourself injured, whatever the case may be. Once giving out a few examples, but Matthew 24:12 now says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And it's where you're seeing a lot more shootings, killings happening, and taking place. You're seeing a perverse spirit out here in the midst of Babylon, man. And you're seeing especially these spirits are being turned up. A lot of people being more agitated, more aggressive. And like I said, killing over the littlest things, man. You could bump shoulders with somebody and somehow end up in a fight. End up getting stabbed. People are killing each other or over food, man. Once again, be wise in the situation that you are in. Apply wisdom, man. Especially holding your tongue and guess what? Minding your own business. You have people trying to act like a hero and then getting caught in the crossfire, man. Man getting shot, man getting killed, injured, whatever the case may be. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. We are in captivity, man. And we're to apply wisdom, Be smart about the situation that you are in. And it's going to be applied to other things also. Because I was bringing up, agreeing with that adversary quickly, which I was thinking about getting those scriptures, but that kind of, dive into a little bit something different or a different topic, but once you hold your tongue, man. Be wise. Apply this wisdom, this understanding that Yahweh Bashem Ashai gave us. And as a title of the lesson, hold your tongue. It could save your life. And like I was bringing up earlier, I was going to get a few videos, show Jake, just getting the consequences of their actions, them speaking, out of line, just yapping, whatever the case may be, and the situation just turns for the worse. But y'all may know, certain few videos, or y'all may have seen it, yourselves, in real life out there in the world. But pretty much the main point already. I don't want to make it longer than it needs to be. But Lord, I tied the points together. And it was edifying lesson to the spirit. By doing, give all praises, all honor, all glory to Yahweh Bashem Ashai, Bashem Krakdash, that was the apostles, and else great millstone for teaching us his true peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel, and Shalom, thanks for the love willing.